injury update?
I didn't get him yet. Just off the top of my head, I know, Kittle and Breida had a shoulder injury. So I know it's going to be some time. So I don't know how long, but yeah, I have a feeling it's going to be some time. I'd be surprised if they'd be around next week, but I didn't get anything official there. I just know that from the game. I know Solly and Gilliam left with concussion symptoms early.
Were they diagnosed with concussions?
I was told they weren't going to return, and I haven't got a chance to talk to them yet. So.
What were you thinking when you see 3 guys down, I think in the first 10 minutes, and then 5 almost 1 second into the second quarter of your first preseason game?
It is what it is. That's what scares you about training camps, what scares you about the preseason. You kind of just want the game to end when those things start happening because you want those guys when the season starts, but we also need to practice and get better. So it's just something that you got to deal with, and it's part of this business.
The first injury, Kyle, was Malcolm Smith coming out with, I guess, a hamstring.
Yes.
Is that what it was? How serious is that?
I'm not sure. I know it was early, like the second or third play, maybe even the first. I know it was right away, and right away they told me it was a hamstring and wasn't going to return.
How concerning? He hasn't been able to get on the field so much. How concerning is that?
Malcolm's played a lot of football, so he's not a guy that I'm concerned with that we need to see him play a lot more. I think it was unfortunate for him. I know he just wants to get back out there, but last year he ripped his pec on a freak strip in our scrimmage, and today he hurt his hamstring. But I expect Malcolm to be there and help us out this year a lot.
Kyle, I'm sure it's always a difficult calculation to try to figure out how much to play guys and risk injury like that. When you have a game with several injuries, might it affect that calculation next week?
Not really. You only have a certain amount of guys, and you don't want anyone to have to play that whole game. So, it's tough when guys, anytime a guy goes out, the next guy's got to play more. And we're not trying to have anyone play a whole game, but there are 4 quarters in the game, and God, I hope we never go to overtime in the preseason either. Got nervous there for a little bit, but that's just part of the games. And until we have, there's 4 of them, we got to get through them somehow.
So why go for 2?
What's that?
Why go for 2 there?
Because I don't want to lose either. I thought they were going to throw a Hail Mary at the end, and you usually want to make it a field goal thinking that they won't do a field goal knowing they don't want to go to overtime either, thinking that they'll throw a Hail Mary regardless of the end. At least we're hoping. So.
When you were down by 3, you wouldn't have driven down and kicked the field goal at the end, would you?
Well, we'll see. We'll see. I won't know that till that time comes, and I'm sure I'll be trying to win. So.
Does that get you genuine, valuable, experience late in games, calling plays, managing the clock, going into the regular season? Is that good reps for you, just as it is for Nick Bowens and everybody else?
We do it a lot in practice. I've done it a lot in my career. It's not just as a head coach, as an offensive coordinator. You're always calling plays, thinking of the time and things like that. So, but it was great to run our 2-minute drill. It was a great job by Nick and the O-line giving him time, and some of the guys making plays. It was real fun to watch. I know the guys were pumped up about it.
How'd Julian Taylor look to you?
I saw him make a bunch of plays. He's done a good job for us in camp, and it looked like he showed up tonight. I'm looking forward to seeing him on the film when we get in there.
Was the plan to play him as much as you did?
We knew we were going to play him a lot. I don't know. I think he went over a little more than we planned on. But I know Eli went out in the game. I know we lost some guys where that whole D line. We shuffle it. We mix it up a ton. It's not just set in stone where this inside player backs up this. It has to do with base, nickel, speed groups, run groups. So it's tough how we mix those guys up.
Obviously, the trend didn't play, but why Richie James, your first slot guy? What has he done to earn that?
We're just trying a few guys out. We think we have a number of guys capable of it. It was, we got a bunch of guys here trying to get reps to and balance it out. We could have put Pettis in the slot. We could have put Bolden in the slot. We could have put Bourne in the slot. We kept Pettis outside, kept Bourne outside. If Richie would have got hurt, we would have shuffled them all around too. So I won't look too much into it. We'll give a few guys a number of opportunities there.
Did you say that Eli got hurt in the game or just naturally came out of the game?
No, he got hurt also.
Is that serious?
I don't know yet.
What was his?
I'm not exactly sure. That was a lower leg something.
Your impression of running backs lower end of the depth chart, Joe Williams and Raheem, and how that competition is shaping up?
I thought they ran hard. I don't think we gave them a ton of space today. The times that we did have space, I thought they made some good runs, and then Jeremy came in and made some also. But I did not think there was a lot of space in the game from what I saw. I know Raheem had that fumble, which, it was tough for me to see. I couldn't tell on the replay, and I couldn't see it live, so I'm not sure how that played out. But I was happy with how hard they ran, and it didn't seem like they left much out there.
Will you give McNichols a chance maybe in the next game to?
Yeah, we try to balance it up throughout the whole preseason where you get a chance to see all the running backs. I know Jeremy was spelling for Joe at the end there when Joe was spelling for Raheem in the third. So it kind of just depends how it plays out, but he'll eventually get some more opportunities.
Kyle, what were your assessment of the run blocking on McKinnon's runs?
I didn't think they looked very good to me. I mean, we didn't get into much of a rhythm either. But I didn't see a ton of space on them. It'll be easier when I watch the in zone copy when we get in. But there was none that I was saying after it that we missed something.
What were your thoughts on McGlinchey's performance? Left him in there longer than the rest of the start.
Yeah, we plan to leave him in longer. From the most part. If I don't notice an lineman very much in the game, especially on pass plays, it usually means that they did fairly good. So I was happy with them, but again, I wasn't watching him, so I'll watch him when I get inside.
From the angle you had on the Cowboys' first touchdown, was that just a mistake by Ward on the coverage?
From what I saw, it just looked like he was. He did a pretty good job on the jam, forced him to the sidelines, and from what I saw, it just looked like he squatted on the routes that weren't being ran. It was a go route, and he just slipped by him, and I think he looked like he just stopped his feet and thought something else was coming.
Was the plan for DJ Reed to kind of go outside and then go to free safety, kind of go back and forth, or?
Yeah, DJ Reed, like a lot of our DBs, has some versatility. We want him to play at safety and get those reps there, but especially with K1 out too, we were going to play him at nickel as it goes down. So I know he played both tonight. He played some corner in college too, so we got some versatility with him.